As you've heard, my name is Maureen Kagambi. I work for one of Africans, or rather one of the top African entrepreneurs. His name is Dr. Chris Kirubi. And myself, I am an entrepreneur, yes, but I also work for him. So I'm here to present to you something what I call the young digipreneur, or the young digitrip, for that matter. And it's really fascinating how digital and social media has grown over the years. So the whole thing is, how do you get to tap your business, your brand, yeah, into this world of mouth? So we have gone digital, yeah? And we use our Facebook, our Twitter to to talk to our friends, to chat. But we don't realize that this tool can actually be used to push your brand, to take your brand to the next level. So we've gone digital. But what's the problem? The problem is we are not ready to adapt to this change. Yeah? Like, let me just use an example here at home. When the roads were being built, when the roads were being expanded, yeah, so we have the thicker superhighways. So we were all, I'm sure there's like your parents or someone who was complaining, you know, I'm stuck in traffic jam because I'm making these silly roads, all this and all that, you know. And I mean, I was also one of them. But now that the roads are ready, like we fly down those places, we get to where we're getting to, we get to the city center in 10 minutes, you know, from where I live. And I mean, it's the best thing. So I like that quote by Charles Darwin. Just go back to the next slide. It's not the strongest of a species that survives, nor the most intelligent that survives. It is the one that is most adaptable to change. Now, your ordinary entrepreneur over the years, what has happened in Kenya? So like between me and my dad, so it's just how technology has evolved. So how we've done things. But the thing is, I still run to the bank if I need money. I still, you know, go look for a partner or go write a letter to an investor, someone like my boss, Dr. Kirubi. I mean, I have a brilliant idea. My business is doing well. I need to expand. So I need the cash to grow my business. But we're forgetting the fact that between that span of the difference between me and my father, the technology, how can I use that technology to actually get what it is that I want? Yeah? How can I use this social media revolution to move to the next level in my business? And that's what I want to tell you and what I want to show you today. So the next slide. So we have a couple of entrepreneurs in Kenya who've actually used social media to make it, to expand, to move to the next level, to move to different places within Nairobi, within Kenya, and they're actually doing well. Let me give you an example, Fab Guru. Fab Guru is a chick who, she just decided, you know what, I have a fascination for shoes and I'll just sell shoes from the boot of my car. Then she was like, no. Everyone I talk to, you know, at the end of the day, as I'm selling shoes, I'm just checking what's on Facebook, I'm checking what's on Twitter, I'm looking for news, I'm checking out YouTube videos, I'm downloading videos, all these things. So she's like, you know what? Let me see what happens when I at least show guys what I'm selling. So I put up pictures, and she noticed that guys are taking interest. Right now, she's been using Facebook over the past, I'm not too sure how many years, like maybe 1.5. And right now, from selling from the boot of her car, yeah, she has a shop, and her shop is in an upmarket area around, an upmarket area in Nairobi, and she has a stock of over 300 shoes. And that goes to show you how, like, she's using digital to move to the next level, yeah? We have another thing called Sokoku. I don't know if how many of you know Sokoku, yeah? Now, what I want to show you is that this person just decided to use a platform like Facebook to help other entrepreneurs do their thing or move to the next level in their business. This thing, I will tell you, is bigger than OLX, for sure. For sure, for sure. Why? It's homegrown. Yeah? So why is it that your business cannot move to this level? Now, let's forget about selling goods and selling services. Let's look at something like what? Like maybe you're farming, or even the earlier presentation we saw. He has a club. He wants more people to come and support environment. Yeah. So what is it that I do that I can bring awareness or create awareness so that someone outside can recognize me? I need that partner. I need that investor. But what it is that can I do? What can I do to use Facebook, to use Twitter, to use YouTube, to use Pinterest, to blog? Yeah, because you realize that when you look into when you look at Europe, you look at entrepreneurs in Europe, you look at entrepreneurs just all over the world, you see something. This guy's blog. A guy like even just a simple guy. Take any guy. You have Richard Branson. You have basically, okay, different guys, yeah, different entrepreneurs. You have their story of how they started. Why? Because they were either taking a keen interest to just write something about the path they've endured to their success, or someone has taken a keen interest to write about them as they went along that path. So what's stopping you from doing the same so that someone can recognize what it is you're doing? Just move to the next slide. Yeah. My point is this. You want to increase your brand visibility. You want people to recognize you. So whatever it is you're doing, yeah, because as an entrepreneur, you're already passionate about what it is you want to do. But how can I take it to the next level? So that's some of the things that digital does, whether it's a website, whether it's Facebook, whether it's a blog that you're doing. You want to increase your brand visibility. You want to speak directly to your target market or to the people you want to create awareness to. Give them more information about what it is you're doing, the cause you're supporting. Yeah? And another thing, apart from even increasing awareness, yeah, you speak to an audience that is greater than your reach, your physical reach. Yeah? Because you can't be able to go to the whole of Kenya, to the whole of Africa, to the whole world. But these platforms give you, they elevate you to talk to the rest of the world. Yeah? I want to talk about this girl. She's called Letitia. I met her during the Africa Leadership Academy cocktail. Or rather, no, I didn't meet her, sorry. One of the, I don't know, is he a lecturer or a director for the Africa Leadership Academy, told me her story. And I was really fascinated about her. See, this girl is 17 years old. 17 years old. She looks like she went to a good school. She's middle class, yeah? Well, what do you guys think? Yeah. But this girl, actually, she came from a very humble part of Kenya, a very humble beginning family, you know, all that. And she's very bright. So she finished her primary school, and she was going to secondary school. She was called to a very top secondary school. And she didn't have the money to sustain. She realized that the guys who are like her, who are not able to, you know, afford school fees, because at that time, there was no free primary education. So she's like, what will I do with these guys? So she decided to start rabbit farming. So she talked to the headmistress, borrowed 40,000 shillings. How much is that in dollars? Anyway, my maths is bad. So she decided to borrow 40,000 Kenya shillings. And with that, she bought rabbits because she decided, you know what, it won't take a lot of space to keep the rabbits. And she began rearing them. And she identified like some students who really needed the help. So she talked to their parents and guardians. And she was like, can you guys, you know, come and help me? And we do this thing together. And right now, she is 17. She began when she was 14 years old. Right now, she employs 15 women. I'm talking about women with children. She's equivalent of the son or daughter to every woman that she's employed. And she's just 17. I am 10 years older than her, and I don't even employ one person. Yeah? But she's fascinated me. Why? Because right now, as she's employed those 15 women, she's looking to move to another part of Western Kenya to expand. And the place she wants to expand is a slum village, yeah, in Butere. And the kids there have been infected by jiggers. So what did she decide to do? She decided to call the trust that deals with jiggers. And they were like, you know what, we'll come, we'll help you, we'll train the women to, to wash this guy's feet and hands, and to train and to make sure that, like, in the later stages, these things don't come, just the whole thing about hygiene. So she was like, okay, cool. But now, here's the catch. We need you to buy medicine for each and every one of the students. So you have about 200 kids or 300, and you need to buy medicine which costs 900 per kid. So you need about 200,000 shillings. So she's like, okay, where am I going to get this 200,000 shillings? Yeah? Don't you think if a lady like her began writing a blog of how she started and where she started, ever since she was 14 years old, she began doing videos about her farm, her rabbit farm. She began, in her Facebook, she has a page where she just interacts with guys, telling them what to do, giving young guys tips on how she's made it. And right now, she's a first-year student at Africa Leadership Academy, and she's looking to go to university to do agricultural engineering. Don't you think that even right now, she'd be like, she wouldn't even need to ask for that 200,000? And that's one of the things that I'm helping her do. I told her, you cannot afford to sit on that. Because as people hear your story, you do not need to ask for anything. You do not need to ask for anything. The Bob Collymore, the Dr. Chris Kirubi, who you want to ask for money or for capital, or the Equity or the whichever bank you're looking towards, those guys are online. Things have changed. How do you catch their attention? Put your story online. Get it out there. And don't do it with your basis is not so that I can get money, but your basis is to create awareness. Because once someone is interested in what you do and take a keen interest, they will definitely go the extra mile to help you. It's not about people wanting to buy what it is that you have or needing what it is that you're trying to sell or something like that. It's just about creating that awareness so that they can have that interest. So, no matter what your objective, digital brings life to your brand, because you are your brand. It is you. It is you who has the passion to do what it is that you're doing. It is you who will take you to the next level, not no one else. But like for her, if you Google her name, you will see all the wonderful things that she's done. And I told her, you cannot afford to reach 20 if guys out there don't know about you. Websites cannot keep writing about you and the awards you've won. We need the story from you. That's the only way. And for me, I think that's one of the things that entrepreneurs in Kenya are lacking. Yeah, the small things that you do, blog about them, talk about them, do videos about them. It will definitely help you move to the next level. And with that, that's all. I'd just like to end with something that my boss once told me, and he even wrote on his Facebook, and he said, from Dr. Chris Kirubi, he said, no action is too small. Sometimes the actions that effect change are big and immediate. And sometimes it's the seemingly small and insignificant actions that make the difference in a person's life or that of a people. The key thing, friends, is to keep doing something, no matter how little it may seem. Develop the habit and the mindset of being an active citizen. Keep trying and keep learning from your failures, because in the end, your perceived small action could soon gain traction over time. So I really hope that as you continue thinking about what it is you want to do, if you want to go into employment, well and good. But you see, you can't keep sitting there and writing, there are no jobs in this country. yet what you're sitting on is a gold mine. There's so many things you can do out there. Use your knowledge. Just something very basic. We live in the perfect place in Africa, in East Africa. Our climate is amazing. Listen, in a few years, food is gonna, there's gonna be a real shortage of food. Yeah, and that's why I think even guys who are venturing into agriculture are doing like the best thing ever. Because you know what? People will be coming to you to look for that food. So anyway, all in all, use the tools you have to take you to the next level. Yeah, besides the chatting and the all that and the videos and the music videos, use them to elevate your brand. Because that's the only way you will grow, and that's the only way people will realize what it is that you're doing. So create that awareness and take your brand to the next level. Thank you.